5-Minute Professor, and today's lesson is on something you should know, but you don't know. Because it is so convenient to believe that the Mayan civilization had a calendar which ran out of dates. It did not run out of dates. They didn't even predict the end of civilization. It wasn't any sort of a cataclysm. They had a calendar, they had dates on it, and they just stopped putting the dates. They have a method for writing future dates in the Mayan system, which is called the long count calendar, and it's based off of a base 20 system, so it's different from what we're used to. So they measure back to what they imagined the starting date of the universe was, or the Earth, which they believed was August 11th, 3014 BCE. And they used the long count on monuments the way we would use Roman numerals. December 21st, 2012 would be for them the equivalent to the end of a century. They have dates that actually run out to 4,772. December 21st, 2012 is like the odometer changing the first number. It's going to roll over again in 4772. So why do we even care about the Mayans? And that's really the question, isn't it? Why would we care if a civilization which couldn't predict the end of their civilization, or Spanish guys on horses with guns, why would we care about them? They were the civilization that dwelled in the Yucatan Peninsula in southern Mexico and all of Guatemala, Belize, and parts of Honduras and El Salvador when the Spanish arrived. But the Mayans had already moved past their classic period, which had lasted from about 250 CE until 900 in the Common Era. They had a good run. That is a good, solid 650-year run. And 400 years from now, when we're pushing that number, I'll be impressed with us too. They were the first and only true written and spoken language of pre-Columbian America. Other cultures had written languages, but they didn't match up with their spoken words, so it's like pictographs. Mayans are known to us from the Aztec words for land of red and black, because they used black ink with red accents in their writing. At the peak of the Mayan culture, they built step pyramids with temples on the top. Mayan culture developed sophisticated mathematics and astronomical charting without any obvious use of telescopic lenses. Their two calendars were the short count and the long count, and they were both wrong. Short count annual calendar had 365 days, and shorter 260-day calendars made up of 13-day long periods. They were designed to be used interactively with recurring dates happening every 52 years. Death rituals that were included in this culture. Immediate trips to the afterlife were guaranteed for people who died in combat, died in childbirth, or were a human sacrifice. Human sacrifices including a ritual where the heart was pulled out through the abdomen. Suicides were damned to their own version of hell. The Mayans played the Mesoamerican ball game in narrow courts shaped like a capital I. The large solid rubber ball was meant to be kept off the ground using the hips. The games were tied to access to the afterlife, which is how it became related through legend to human sacrifice. Mayans also practiced ritual medicine based off of a belief that sicknesses were caused by evil spirits angered by the sick person's actions. You were actually being punished if you were sick. In spite of this approach, Mayans had some sophisticated dental procedures, and they developed a technique for suturing wounds using human hair. The Mayans created a musical instrument that recreated the sound of a growling jaguar. But the most important thing to know about the ancient Mayan civilization is that it still exists. Although not as the same political entity, the civilization spent 600 years of slow decline after a multi-decade drought. Once the conquistadors arrived, the Maya were subject to colonization, but without the violent conflicts of the Aztecs and the Incans due to the Mayans' weakened and scattered nature. There are still 7 million Mayan speakers worldwide, Someone that comes to my Tuesday night trivia class claims that his father curses in Mayan. Perceptum, quispium, damnatium. Learn something, damn it.